What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal, Fast Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check. This is your WWE Clash in Italy 2026 preview, and that is Jake fucking DeMarco. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, yeah, baby. You know, I'm excited for this weekend. Short build, essentially, but boy, oh boy, they made it count. I'll give them that much.
All killer, no filler?
Yeah, they really dove in head first into the shallow pool, right? You know, the shallow end of the pool.
No.
Lack of sleep. You know where I'm going for, but
Jake is tired, and Spaz is only kind of tired, so you know it's going to be a good pod.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be double pod, and we will be back tomorrow with AAA Noche de los Grandes, talking all about mask versus mask and a bit of AAA news. That'll be tomorrow. So
God, I love your pronunciation. You make me sound like an amateur.
Yeah,
I love
I'm not doing the entirely translated Spanish entrance again, because that nearly made my brain leak out of my ear. But if you're listening,
that was impressive as is. So
if you're listening now, tune in tomorrow, because we're going to talk about AAA as well, because we're getting a double header. As far as pay-per-views go, the little kids had their weekend last weekend, and we get our weekend this weekend. And no, Saturday night's main event does not count, because Saturday night's main event is not a PLE. Thanks for coming.
Sorry. Yeah.
Now, in the most obvious, this is going to be a clip transition ever.
No.
I got one thing to talk about before we get into the show. I got actually a question for you, Jake.
Yes, sir.
Is Austin Theory the weirdest push in WWE right now?
No, so there's probably the issue is off the cuff. I can't think of anyone else weirder. Maybe Danhausen in a way, with he really is a unique. Yeah, it's an appropriate weird, but with Theory, it is bizarre, like the way it's turned, because they're still pushing him, but they didn't expect him to be tag champ. Like none of this was the initial story. And funny enough, I am far from the only one saying, "Oh, they're cursed," obviously. But I've been saying it since last summer, long before Danhausen
needs to take credit for all of this,
right? I don't know if you recall when I was doing, I think it was over the summer, Cody and I talked about the lovely one and only Vision being fully cursed because Seth was injured. Braun. No, it was October. So. And we went through how everybody's been hurt, and then they added Austin Theory.
And wasn't it Nick that pointed out this week, every single member of the Vision has been injured in the order that they joined the Vision?
Yep. So if Theory gets hurt,
if Theory gets fucked, Paul Heyman by himself is going to be defending the tag team titles.
Yikes! No, and Bronson
I really do think it's fun.
I mean, looking like a real beast there. I don't know if you've seen the photos online, but good God, the man's got some mass back to him. So
good for him. Good for him. I know he had to fall off the cage when he was involved in War Games and fucked up both his ankles. And
do you realize why that happened too?
No, I don't.
Because Roman was late to get up. Either Punk pulled him up late, or Roman got up late. So he was going to splash Roman, and so he landed on his feet.
He was supposed to miss,
delay, and that's what.
And it's one of those things where it's and I don't say this to make fun of the guy, but he's a big dude coming off the top rope. You hear that he fucked both his ankles, and it's not surprising.
Yeah, that's
you see what happened to Edge, and Edge isn't exactly one of the heaviest people out there. And I'm not saying heavy is a bad thing. Look at our new favorite person in NXT. The reason I'm pushing Theory, or the reason I'm taken aback sort of by the push of Theory, especially this week, kind of out of necessity, but also kind of you can see in the writer's room where they've said, okay, let's go with this. Okay, let's go with something. Because in the Vision, even before the Vision, you can make these comparisons as well. But it's if you wanted to put him in the Vision and Rollins was still in it, it'd be okay, Rollins and his little sidekick. Or it's Braun and the other guy, or it's Reed and the other guy, and most recently it was Logan Paul and the other guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stand out
in amongst all one. That's what it reminds.
Exactly.
Right.
He doesn't stand out as a character amongst all those other characters.
Exactly. He's just the next piece of meat in the cannon fodder. Yeah. He's just.
But I think because of that, he's solid in the ring. The guy's put work in. He's transformed himself more than once, from a physical like performance point of view. You could like even if the fans aren't into it, like you can tell he's locked into what he's doing. The chemistry, I was about to say the charisma, different word. The chemistry between him and Logan Paul was great. Um, him
Fantastic.
being like an unashamed, like, oh my god, I thought I was going to lose my title. Thanks, Uncle Paul.
People thought that
Uh,
was terrible, and I'm like, how? It was so weak of him to go cash it, go like hand in the title. Like he's got to go ahead and give it back. It's a
well,
deposit.
that
He's
would
got
be
to
your
cash in.
logical thing. This is
That's what
where
I'm saying. It
trios.
makes sense, Spaz. That's why I get upset and animated here because I'm like, what the is
Why?
wrong with you mental morons? We could say
Yeah, like
retards again, It's like you are all a
I don't
bunch of
want to
mental
dunk on the
midgets.
New Day, especially because they just parted ways with the company to a lesser thing. I always thought that was like a really unfair advantage that they had from a real life point of view. Because if any other tag team, like if the Hardys or the Dudleys or the Legion of Doom or whatever, if one
Got a
of the
big
members
E.
got
Yeah.
yeah, if one of those members got injured, then the team is vacating their title. Look at what happened with the Viking Raiders for the longest time. We had like a cool like
Oh
Ivar
my
like fighting all the
goodness.
other big guys single run,
Yeah.
but like if they had the tag titles, they would have had to let them go.
Barely
Uh,
often did they find. Yeah, I feel like the only time they replaced the person is when it wasn't its actual established tag team. Like when
yeah,
Jericho and
With the
Edge got
Crown Division,
injured,
yeah,
Edge got injured, and they replaced him with Big Show, and it was Jericho and all that, like
yeah.
things like that, because it wasn't. It was a story. It wasn't part of
And even
their grand
I hate
plan.
I'm
Tag
loath to
teams.
give them credit for it, but like look what they're doing with Paige and Brie Bella right now, and that's going to end in Nikki coming back and them turning on Paige, and Paige is hopefully, if I get my booking, going to team up with Tatum Paxley against the Bellas, and it's going to be fucking awesome, and it's going to be Tatum's call up. I don't think it's actually going to happen. I just want it to happen, but I think from the standpoint of, and he's a heel still, right? And like the Vision is still a heel faction, and you're not going to change that. But you can put a little bit of babyface sympathy on a heel in the right circumstances. Of
Yeah.
like, there's nobody left. Paul Heyman is like the godfather of the Vision, um, and who do his eyes finally settle on? His eyes finally settle on Theory, and you heard him say it multiple times on Monday. Like what you have to do, right? And he is now being a heel's version of a valiant Avenger, like going after everybody that kayfabe led to the downfall of Logan Paul. Like as a guy on his own, as a guy in a heel faction that's used to having the numbers advantage, going out on his own with nothing but like his sidearm, which in wrestling is usually a steel chair, but
Yeah.
taking out Joe Hendry, who's super popular, taking out Dawkins. I'm sure he's gonna go after LA Knight eventually. His thing with Dawkins sort of fucked with the Montez and Rollins match. Him doing what he did to Dawkins didn't do him any favors either, because it's now solidified that like Dawkins or that Montez and Rollins will get along. Um, he's setting himself up in the firing line of like 5 people by
Abs-
himself in
oh
the
yeah.
name of his heel faction mates that have been taken out. So as much as you can, still being heel, he's sort of like, I'm going to repeat myself, but he's sort of doing like a little bit of a valiant Avenger thing, and you can get a little bit of sympathy on a heel that way of like, holy fuck, do you know how over your head you are, is the word I was looking for there.
Oh yeah.
And I just think on a dime they said, here's Theory, he's been solid, he's been the other guy in the match while we were pushing Rollins, he's been the other guy in the match while we were pushing Reed, while we were pushing Breaker. He was the other guy in the tag team when we
Yeah.
wanted to put the tag team titles on the Vision, and Logan Paul was clearly going to steal the focus
Oh
of
no, you're
that.
absolutely right, and that's the problem here.
Playing last
I didn't
man
want to
standing.
interject your thought because you're on a freaking roll. I just have to interject really quick. Like
Sure.
we knew where this was going before we even saw it take off. I mean, you and I discussed it at length after Mania last year, saying that the Vision is not destined for success. Seth Rollins leading, and you were a bit more hopeful than I
Mhm.
was, admittedly. And I end up getting a bit in my feelings with it, but I felt like it was just more factions. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then lo and behold, look what they gave us. A whole lot of nothing. And
But now
it's
you've got a
just
whole lot of
been
theory. And
yeah.
it's one of those things, maybe I'm giving them a little too much grace because I thought Theory was the guy that was never going to get a push. Theory's one of those guys, and I'm going to go back to this well once again. Theory at one point was really fondly looked upon by Vince McMahon, which in 2026 is a death knell. We
Yeah.
know this. So you
Oh
kind
yeah.
of, even though I don't think that's fair, because it worked out so well for Drew McIntyre back in the day, the chosen one and all that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that's really fair, you kind of resign yourself to like he's going to be one of the bodies in the group. He's going to be. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. He's going to be your Wheeler Yuta or your Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. No, you're
And
absolutely right.
I think it's fair
And
because the way they were using him, and again, I want to say, for however much people may not necessarily have always thought he was interesting, and he was a goofball when he was in the way with Johnny Gargano and all them, again, in a group with much more animated characters and still held up his end.
much,
The
much,
dude
much.
is the dude is super underrated in the ring. Because if you're the last stooge, if you're the low guy on the totem pole in a faction,
Yeah.
you're the one that's getting all the week to week matches.
You're the one that's supposed to be the again, like I don't know a better way to put it, the cannon fodder, but realistically, what's happening is you're the one that's soaking up the TV time. You're the one that and that's the
Exactly.
thing. Like I don't
Well,
feel like
you're
they
still going to be in ring
accomplished
time.
enough. Yeah.
I think the faction as a whole is going to soak up the TV time, and then you'll be the
Get the
bookmark.
ring time. Yes,
Like
but
if
you're
everybody
out there, like that's
yeah,
the
if
focal
everybody in
point.
the vision, if everybody in the vision was
Positive silver
healthy,
lining.
yeah, if everybody in the vision was healthy, and we were getting Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins on Sunday, the match on Raw, the warm up match, or however you want to caveat it, would have been Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins. Because you're fighting me on Sunday here, you got to face one of my goons. Well, if you're one of the goons, you're getting all that in ring time. And as much time as you're getting, it's not credited or respected
Yeah.
because it's to tell the story of, oh, the real match is on Sunday. And I think the guy, because he wasn't the biggest guy in NXT. He was kind
No,
of the goofy
certainly
guy.
not.
He was the guy that took himself way too seriously to almost a comical level. And that didn't help anything either. But the guy went away for his own reasons before joining the Vision.
Yeah.
Dude got him give him all the credit in the world. Dude got himself jacked. He's got way more presence than he had when he was in NXT. Am I saying he's going to be WWE champion next week? No. But I am saying by virtue of everybody else's bad luck and WWE occasionally having the ability to tell a holy shit last man standing story, I think you're going to get Theory versus Rollins
Yeah,
like on a
exactly.
proper platform at some point, and that's good because then you get into the credit that people don't give Seth Rollins. Of Seth Rollins will take a lot of L's to build a lot of other people. Him and his
No,
wife have that.
absolutely.
Like I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, and that's been a problem too.
Yeah, because but then again, like Seth and Becky get the same thing, and I don't want to put them always in the
No,
same conversation just because they're a couple, but like they're in that role.
but they
now
are a
where
couple. It is there. It is a thing.
it is
Yeah.
there, and it's only there because they get treated the same by some of the fan base. And
Speaking of
they're in
which, I
that
will forget. I'm going to pull Cody really quick, interrupt you. I apologize. But did you see or did you happen to notice? I know you saw on the Raw match between Montez and Seth, they did the WrestleMania spot that their wives had done. So the whole
Really?
sequence where it's the reversal into the pedigree, that
Oh,
was
okay.
the reversal
I
into
didn't catch that.
the manhandle slam. Yeah, so they did it
I
spot
didn't
for
catch that.
spot what their wives
Nice.
did, Bianca and
That's very cool.
Becky. So I
That's
was
very cool.
like, I needed to point that out. I apologize. I just didn't want to forget.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And it's one of those, like, is she one of my favorite people? No, but I hope Bianca and the family and the baby are all doing very well. That's cool. Like,
Yeah.
outside of the wrestling world stuff. Montez looks like he's going to get a singles run. That's something we can get out of this as well. But I do think, again, I want to reiterate, he's not main eventing WrestleMania next year in Saudi or anything like that. But I think if it took everybody else falling down and one guy left standing to get Theory like a proper, like, let's see what he can actually do, let's put his feet to the fire a little bit,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fucking cool. And I think it's on him now to make it work.
It is.
I will say the other side of that coin is they gave him the spot. It didn't look out of place on Monday, though, because he was featured a lot on Monday.
Yes.
You took, like I say, you got Joe Hendry, who's not necessarily involved in any like super deep story right now, but people like him, and that means WWE will like him. So if you get to take him out, you've done something.
I was laughing my ass off too that they beat the snot out of him, because here you are saying fire Logan Paul, who just got injured, you heartless bastard. And you know me, I'm a Joe Hendry mark, so I was really acting it up on the review,
Nice.
but I was like, you deserve.
Oh my god!
This.
Okay, this will be a slight tangent, right?
Yeah.
You know, when people are so wrong, the more they double down, the funnier it gets, and they think that okay, they're wrong, and you've told them that they're wrong. But they think they've got a hook that can bring you back, right?
Absolutely.
Joe Hendry, of all people, like fun-loving Joe Hendry, like super viral, made himself a career out of like going viral and capturing the zeitgeist. As much as I hate that expression, you go after Joe Hendry, right?
Yes.
When all the releases happened, and I kind of got it, even though I disagree. The whole like, okay, let's sing a song about like Logan Paul, like trying to fire Logan Paul on the same week that a bunch of people got let go. I can kind of get it, like get over it, but I can kind of understand it, right? But I'm like, he's doing a story with a guy that is still there and in no danger of being fired, and he's telling off a heel, get over it, right? But then they'll come back around and like, well, you know, Spaz, you like Logan Paul. How do you feel about him now making fun of Logan Paul's injury? I said, I feel like it's a promo and he's a babyface taking the piss out of the heel. Is this your first day?
Yes, exactly. Like,
anyways,
have you not been to the before?
It's that, you know that meme of all the people that are about to get hung, and the one guy looks at the other guy and says, hey, is it your first time? Like, that's how I feel talking to wrestling fans sometimes, because I know they're deliberately like pretending to not know what we all clearly know. But it's one of those like, and I get there's other like, go after Logan Paul. Like there's reasons.
Yeah,
to go after Logan Paul.
but now you have people going after ESPN and the NBA saying it's fake because they involve Danhausen and the freaking Miz, and they're well, since WWE is predetermined, now the Knicks is predetermined. Yeah,
Ronda and Gina's the work. This kind of bullshit.
The only work was when they actually signed on the match. The work was that they even had the match. Everyone knew the outcome, obviously. I picked Gina because I've loved Gina for ages. Like, she's just been a badass chick that's gorgeous, funny, and a really cool individual. There's always been, like, that admiration thing there where I'm like, look at what you've accomplished, what you did. And the only reason Ronda did this, she didn't want to come back to fight. But she was friends with Gina. Gina put on over 100 pounds. The 100 pounds thing was an underestimate. Like, people, they just ran with that, I think, to not embarrass her as much. Some people had speculated, but...
It's also fair.
But, no, I get that. I mean, I was 630 at my heaviest. It's hard. You don't want to be reminded of, like, your worst times. But I also know, like, the severe depression that comes along with being... that heavy, so then it's like a constant catch-22.
Yeah,
you're not making yourself better, and then you're coping with whatever negative, and it just leads to terribleness.
And your haters love a negative, no matter who you are. Your haters love a negative.
Exactly.
If you're there to cheer my fall, you better lick my feet when I rise. That's a bumper sticker, right? Anyways, no, we got a pay-per-view to talk about, but I just wanted to, I'll be the one.
No, but it's a great topic, and I love when you stimulate the audience and my brain.
Pause. I just wanted to go out there, plant my flag on the island, and just say, you know what? If they're giving Austin Theory a push, good. And that's the end of the clip. Anyway. Oh, I'm a little over the top with that shit, am I not? Let's talk about over the top. Let's talk about Clash in Italy. I almost forgot the name of the pay-per-view. Is it weird that we've got one pay-per-view the night before that starts at 10 p.m. and then we're waking up to another one at lunchtime? Because, WWE, one international show isn't enough. Let's do one in Italy and then one in Mexico the next day.
Yeah, well, swap that, but yes. I thought I was the tired one.
Right, yes. Fuck me. But WWE is going downhill any day now, right?
Right?
Anyways,
Any day now. Oh boy.
speaking of things that are gonna
See, at least
that
you're
are gonna
blatantly like obvious. I am not a Fed warrior as you are at times, and not even at times. You are blatant. You have a open but anti
I'm
AEW
a really biased
sentiment.
fan because they've
Yes,
earned my really biased fandom, and therefore it's not a bias. I'm just,
yeah.
see something, say
I've
something
never
in a
been.
non-violent way.
Yeah, I've never been super for or anti either. You know what I mean? I've always been like a huge staunch enjoyer and even a
Yeah,
defender of WWE, but not to the point where it's like a sycophant thing. And you're
mm,
not to that level either.
no,
But you have a bit more of a steadfast opinion, as where I can be a little bit more swayed. I try to be less emotional nowadays,
all right,
and
cut and paste.
yeah.
Obvious statement of the night. Will Ospreay and Samoa Joe had a really good match
Ah, absolutely.
and scene.
And scene. Yeah, Double or Nothing was enjoyable. And
Eh.
perf
Well, yeah, because New York told them, yeah, you can't bleed every match, Tony. You have to actually have some wrestling.
I mentioned that
Anyway,
on the review. Cody was there and it showed. It certainly made a gigantic difference.
all the
And
things that are so cheesy in WWE are suddenly very, very, very okay when the paycheck has 3 different initials on it. Anyways, I'm not doing this.
no,
Let's
all
talk
right,
about some of
I'm
the.
gonna bait you back in 1 second.
You're gonna bait me
I
back in one
have
sec.
to.
Oh
I
no.
have to. It's not. It's about AEW, but it's not. It's about Mick Foley. I just want to know how you feel because it rubbed me the wrong way so badly that the literal way it came out, like almost to court filings in a sense, because of the scandals and then now the TKO issues with them being charged, and we're going to talk a bit about that tonight and into Summer Weekly cheap plug. We
There you
go
go.
ahead and always manage to see the fallout after the fact, but they are showing the numbers. So now it is backing up what people have been saying. Mick Foley defended Vince McMahon on day one, whatever, on a Monday. On a Tuesday, they cut the royalty checks for legends and all future legend payouts more than 50%. On Wednesday, he could no longer support WWE because of their steadfast agreement to work alongside and with the president. So he didn't have a problem at
He's
all
mad
until the.
that Triple H went to the White House to
But that
join a
is,
coalition working. No, listen to me for a second. I
yeah,
have to
no,
say
go right
because
ahead, please.
Mick Foley, such a nice guy, such a fucking he loves everybody. He's like Santa Claus all year round because that's not weird at all. Could no longer stand to associate with WWE because of their association with the White House. When the association with the White House is Linda McMahon, who's no longer in WWE working on the education committee or whatever, and Triple H joining a committee focused specifically on the health and well-being of children.
Then I don't think he's really done
Okay, even if he's just
anything
a
much
figure,
of,
even
even if
okay,
he's
but
just like
even
a
if he's just a
figurehead or
figurehead,
whatever. Yeah.
even if he's just a figurehead, even if he's just lending his name value to, again, a coalition or a group or a council or whatever you want to call it, focusing on the health and fitness of children,
Exactly.
get fucked. Here's my point, though.
Yeah,
What
you
Mick
nailed it.
Foley has now done, what Mick Foley has now done is what everybody does when their flame starts to fizzle. You hop on a trend, so to speak. If
Mm.
you're a musician and your album's not selling too well, have I mentioned that I don't like Trump?
I hate AI. Pay real artists. I don't like the MAGA stuff. Yeah, exactly. And then
But he's done all he's done by going to AEW because it's a move out of spite. Let's be real for a second. It's
oh,
the
that's what
same
I'm
as
saying. Absolutely.
same as
Yeah.
AEW dropping a pay-per-view the same day as Slammiversary because counter programming is okay when they do it. Mick Foley has gone to AEW just to say, I'm as far anti WWE as I can get, and that makes me a good guy, and that'll get me a pat on the back and 5 more retweets on Twitter.
Yep.
He has done the wrestling version of hand up in the air. Have I mentioned I don't like Trump? Except in this case, hey, have I mentioned that I don't like Vince, who's not in the company anymore, but we pretend he is because it's a
Yeah.
really good argument. Grift Foley can fuck off.
I'm glad you see it my way. And it really hurt a few years back to see the grift
And
come
I
to
really love
light.
the fact that the so anti WWE company could have an entire kickoff hosted by Renee Young and Mick Foley, and then start off the night with a tag team title match between Edge, Christian, and the Revival.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, I'm done. I can't
I
do
won't
it.
push you any further. You did
I
enough,
can't
sir.
do AEW. They've broken my
I
brain.
I pushed you enough. I can't torture you anymore, but thank you.
They've
Actually,
broken my brain.
give me a number rating. How about that? That'll satisfy my little
In ring,
schmeagle.
I'll say 7.
Perfect.
Because they are lucky enough to have wrestlers on that roster that when you're not distracted by extra equipment and like Tony, we need to pop, somebody bleed.
Yeah.
They have great wrestlers on that roster. They have a Samoa Joe, they have a Will Ospreay, they have an Athena when they remember that they have a fucking Athena.
Yeah.
And the other ones are there as well. They have Thekla. That's okay.
And
We have Takeda. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We found her, the Temu version.
And with
Yeah,
with all the problems that I had with the main event that you and I already talked about offline, but we might as well say it now. I do like Darby. I do like MJF, but they only gave that title to Darby as a flash in the pan, quick way to grab headlines 2 days before WrestleMania.
Yeah, deserved or not, it was the choice
The hair
to do
stipulation
it then,
was
yeah.
fucking dumb. Him putting his Dynamite Diamond ring on the line, as he said himself, would have made a lot more sense. And I love seeing the Snow White babyface underdog champion trying to retain his championship with a low blow.
Yeah,
These are amazing wrestlers. Imagine if they were in a good company.
I certainly enjoyed myself far more than I was expecting to. I went into this not looking forward to it barely at all because of how piss poor. Like Darby getting a pep talk from Knight and beating Speedball and all that nonsense. I mean, it's Temu trick, like it's just not happening.
I mean, Kevin Knight turns heel for no reason, so yay, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, the story of AEW, and this is a blessing and a curse. It's a compliment and a criticism. The employees always outpunt the employer.
Yeah,
I think that's as fair as I can be.
Absolutely.
And the weekly show is shit, and they're doing their 3-hour. Oh, we have to. The network told us to, just like the network tells us to counter program Impact. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to cheer myself up with stuff that's going to piss other people off because we're getting Brock versus Oba 2. Let's go.
So I am not upset at all with this. A lot of people are like, but you can't stand Brock and you can't. But I like the story, actually. I actually really am enjoying it. Brock got beat. He got embarrassed. He undermined and undervalued Obafemi and thought he would just march through another big guy. Because if you look, he beat Omos. He's beaten massive giants before pretty easily, and Braun Strowman repeatedly, and Bronson Reed, and who else? Samoa Joe. I mean, list goes on. You get the point I'm trying to paint here. The picture. He ended the streak. So him being beat by Obafemi,
Obafemi went to WrestleMania and beat the one who put the one in 21 and 1.
Bam, baby. How do I even...
That puts you at Triple H level. That puts you at John Cena level. That puts you you know what I mean? That puts you at Rock level. That puts you at Hogan level.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say Hogan. Fuck off.
No, but it does. That's the whole point behind it.
That's the whole point.
That's why we're playing the game, And so Triple H managed to,
sorry. Side note, did you hear the news that just in the past week has Triple H officially been moved from the internal roster of WWE because he was still listed as a occasional active competitor?
Yes. I think that was due to insurance payouts. I think that's why. So I think that had something to do with it, contractual obligation. But still, like you said, it is very funny.
When Aleister Black left the first time, and he thought they thought they had him on a 90-day no compete, but it was 30
and it was the NXT one.
NXT. Yeah,
and then he just showed up and kicked the shit out of Cody, and then it failed from there.
He's got something in his eye. He's had something
Yeah.
in his eye for years.
But you know what?
And
The funny
he
part
put
is,
some of
like,
it in Julia Hart's eye.
uh, he managed to tell such a compelling and great story that WWE squandered with the Dark Father. Oh my
Mm,
God, the lore! I remember Wrestle Talk broke it down, and it was incredible. I'm
mm,
pantomiming for a camera that's not turned on. How excited I am
nice.
thinking back of this, and then his song in AEW. The name of it is Ugentrust. It's like a
Mm,
Swedish death metal band song, but it means like an ointment to heal a damaged eye. Like
nice.
every fucking facet of his being was
To be fair, he
pre-planned
has one of
and
the WWE themes that actually holds up as just like, I'm not saying you would
incredible. Yeah.
turn on the radio and want to hear it, but it's not bad. In a realm of where like, so
I used
unless
to
you're at
rock
top
out to that
echelon.
shit, and I loved his Amenra theme from AEW as well because I like that band. So when I heard them, I was like, oh shit! Like I was excited, but I'm also
Nice.
an eclectic weirdo that listens to 1950s and then death
Yeah.
metal, you know. So
But I'm just saying, like,
at least they're not
it's
in the
why
Vision and cursed, you know. Hey,
yeah, Becky Lynch, sort of, and we're going to talk about Becky Lynch later, but her song kind of stands out because even though she's playing a heel, she's got like this really triumphant sounding, really unique song for her
yes,
entrance right now. Now, at one point or another, they're going to go back to her like classic Becky Lynch, like the steampunk type song that she's had since NXT. When she's done, I think she'll do what Sami Zayn did, like when they finally gave Sami Zayn Underdog from the Underground back, when he
yeah,
had
exactly.
that weird
Loved it
generic like Def Rebel heel
so
shtick that he
bad.
had. And like that's one of the one. Okay, a lot of Def Rebel is shit, right? I think with Sammy, you got away with it because he was being such a shitty heel. You could almost buy it being intentionally bad because
No, absolutely.
it started off as like Underdog from the Underground, and then it like went.
Yeah, he was doing like a Castro thing as well at one point. You know what I mean? Like, so it fit for him to not have his proper theme. Like, why would he come out being?
Yeah, but wrestling's not supposed to be political. Even okay, last time I'm going to say anything about it. Oh, I can't stand how political WWE's become, but we really hope that Mom Donnie shows up at friggin' Double or Nothing.
Oh god.
Okay, just say you're on a side. It's fine. It's fine to be on a side. I don't know why you would bother pretending you're not on a side. You've got friggin' Brody King out there supporting terrorism. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, just say you're on a side. It's
Oh
fine. We
god.
can see it. The closet is glass.
I didn't know
What are we
Penta was
doing?
there.
Oh no.
You're
Oh
talking about the icy
no.
title, right? The icy title,
Oh no.
or am I thinking
God
of the
damn
wrong
it.
thing?
Oh god damn it. So Brock Oba, before I get my entire show canceled. I don't know about you. To me it seems pretty cut and dry. WWE loves a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's obvious that like Oba gets the legit victory. Brock Lesnar like digs down into like some Healy schemy means to like pull out a victory. Like he'll be attacked on the way to the ring, like he did on Raw or something like that. And it'll set up a third match. I want to say Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions is looking pretty stacked though because we've got all the championship matches we're supposed to get plus King and Queen of the Ring. LA Knight coming out to tell us that we're going to be the King and Queen of the Ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin Theory and LA Knight's going to be in the final. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Knight's not quite going to be a king. Yeah.
Yeah!
This is my new cause du jour. Austin Theory for King of the Ring.
Yeah. Oh, you know,
Even
Yeah!
I don't hate
even
it,
just
but
once,
he's going to be
even
injured soon, sadly.
even just once, the visual of Austin Theory versus Roman Reigns is going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
You
as
know,
much
but
as
because he
as
never got
much
to
as
cash in because of Roman, remember?
it's true,
He had to
yeah.
go for the U.S. title, and we know how that
But
turned out.
here's the thing, though, right? I'm loving the fact that Austin Theory is getting a push, right? I'm also not delusional, and I'm not going to say that he should come out and beat Roman next week. Kind of like the people that thought Kofi should beat Brock Lesnar, and now Brock Lesnar's beat him twice, once for a title and once for a career. Hey, Brock beat Kofi Kingston in a career versus career match that neither one of them knew they were having. Anyways, moving swiftly on.
Oh,
Brock's going to win with shenanigans, and people are going to overblow it into some political thing.
Da-dum-dum.
Yeah! Becky Lynch versus
I
Sol
swear.
Ruca.
It's a thong!
I didn't do it.
It's gonna be so good. I like when people get angry. It's fine.
Right?
It's fine.
It's gonna be entertaining. I mean, think
What did
about
I say?
just the one clip you had that riled them up enough.
What was the thing that I did several years ago now? What was it? The ratings, the demo, and the moral high ground.
Yes.
And I popped myself with, yes, I'm biased. We got to stop pretending that's a bad fucking word.
Exactly, though, because it's like you have personal preference. How terrible of a person you are that you enjoy something more than something else. And
I will say, though, that video is one of my favorite rants I've ever done on this channel.
Oh, yeah, it was spectacular.
Because
And it's timeless, but it's also a time capsule, if that makes sense.
Well, that was also during the Juice Robinson MJF not so great storyline. Another case of, hey, here's two wrestlers that I like, but that shouldn't be a thing. Anyways, you know what should be a thing? Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca, and Sol Ruca's taking it, and people need to get off Sol Ruca's back, and Becky's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
When are we getting Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr?
It's gonna happen. I think Becky's gonna lose the title, and Jessica's gonna play into the outcome. Like, Sol will do something blatant. She won't count her like DQ or something along those lines. Like, she'll be defiant to Becky, or she'll hit her with a move, something. But it's leading to a match from these two at a big show. If not Night of Champions, then maybe SummerSlam they build it up to. But I could see them doing something big.
Really big show. Really big.
Yeah. I mean, isn't it a big match, though? A referee, and we know she wrestles, but a lot of people don't. So it's like a big surprise in a way, too. Like,
you know, there's a little bit of me, and I don't know how well it would go down because, as you say, not everybody out there knows that Jessica Carr is also wrestling. Because
most people don't. They showed a masked wrestler, and people were just clueless. So
yeah,
because you wouldn't tell it's her, and that was the point.
You could say it for SummerSlam, right? I would almost rather like Becky loses, and I mean it would involve some time off, right? Becky loses, and she's so convinced of the conspiracy, she's almost going down the heel Sami Zayn route. Like she's so convinced of the conspiracy, and the tool of the conspiracy is Jessica Carr, and she just like whoops ass on Jessica Carr, and Jessica Carr gets taken out, right?
Yeah.
Flash forward to next year, Becky Lynch is like kicking ass in the Rumble. 3, 2, 1, and like random Jessica Carr appears.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. If it wasn't too far away, I feel like that's too far to have to deal with. But I do like it.
It's far enough away that you can let it fall out of your mind, and then you can get the pop. You can get the double pop.
Yes.
Because we do get representatives from other brands in the Rumble now. Like we get like standard NXT participants in the Rumble now. We've had TNA participants in the Rumble, still hoping for a Mike Santana or a Tessa Blanchard. It's fine, don't worry about it. Tessa Blanchard's just as good as Nikita Lyons. Just ask Big Nick.
just don't.
If Nick's listening,
boy.
I'm going to get a message later.
You're going to hear that one.
But no, but like we get all these places. Like I wouldn't be surprised one day if we get like Yoshiki Inamura from Noah and all that. So what if we have an Evolve participant?
Yeah,
comes out in the mask. The commentators can pop and be like, "Oh, this is what the hell." I keep wanting to say her thing in Evolve is like Vecna or something, but that's just because I watch Stranger Things. Let her come down, let her kick ass a little bit, let Becky come down and think, oh, this is some nobody from Evolve. Off comes the mask. It's Jessica Carr. Becky has a fucking breakdown. It'll be fine. It'll be good. You get pop for like you couldn't put her Tron up. You'd have to put like the Evolve logo or something so that people would have contact. Have her come out as this masked wrestler, kick ass, and people can just be like, oh, here's this random brand new person kicking ass. And by the way, even though she's got a mask on, she's kind of a smoke show. Don't even worry about it. She's not Aubrey Edwards. And then double pop, Becky comes down, tries to pick on the new kid. The new kid is actually Jessica Carr. You can fuck off, Becky.
Goddamn. So
And
I
all of
think
this
it's just
off the
going to be
bat.
simple. Soul's winning. It sucks that missed botched Soul Snatcher fucked up her ankle. It looked like she came down
Mm.
grabbing her ankle right away, so it looked painful.
I'm predicting that they, just to be on the safe side, might make it a shorter match, like pull off
Yeah.
the Soul Snatcher, or maybe. I'm not saying give up the Soul Snatcher because it's a good move. Obviously, it got her viral in NXT and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And,
You
she was
just
getting
gotta
main
be
roster
able to hit
attention
it.
before she came up. But like
Seems like a lot of
maybe try
nerves,
to.
too. People aren't in the right position either, but granted.
But I mean, people. I mean, she could just try to have a secondary move.
You
Maybe we
know,
don't go.
something
Maybe we
else?
don't go for the big elbow every time. Maybe sometimes it's just a super kick.
Yeah,
Sweet chin music.
exactly.
And you don't have to have 6 people do it at once and pretend all of them hit. I mean, what?
I told you that's why I
What?
loved Enzo, because he could shuffle his feet and get a bigger reaction than people do in dives.
Oh my god!
And he knew
And
that.
Enzo and Big Cass and Baron Corbin all come back in the Rumble.
Now you're talking. Now you're cooking with gas. All right.
Nice.
Did
Enzo
we
shows-
actually give predictions for Lesnar?
Enzo shows up in the Ladies Rumble. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I don't think we did. What?
I did.
You did?
I
I
said
don't think I did then. You said
I
Brock.
said
Okay.
Brock wins by shenanigans.
Yes. And then they face off at what? Night of Champions, you're thinking still, right? Because.
I think Night of Champions, because I do still think you get the Gunther thing at
Yeah,
SummerSlam.
because you can't have Obafemi go into Minnesota as the face and expect not to get torn
No, you
apart.
can't.
Like, there's no way.
And the way they're you can see in the promo, they're trying to make Brock Lesnar a guy that says, yeah, you went to WrestleMania and you kicked my ass, and I just don't want to end it that way. Like, he's not
Says a
exactly,
retired beast.
like,
So that was really cool.
He did attack him, but he's not entirely being an asshole, if that makes sense.
And it was an open challenge.
I do think, though, that's also fair.
Right.
Also valid. I didn't even think about it like that. You just should have looked at the referee and said, ring the fucking bell. I don't have pants on. Don't worry about it. I need to find Sydney Sweeney and get myself some good jeans. But no, I do still think you can work your way back around to Brock and Gunther, because even though like the favor wasn't a match with Brock, you could still say that Brock is Heyman's buddy. Oh my God, I can't believe you extorted my buddy just to get yourself a title match. Like, it doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Because if you're Gunther and you think you can pick on Paul Heyman, and standing behind Paul Heyman, standing behind the nerd in the schoolyard is the football player, or in this case, the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be any more, because people just want the match to happen, and people just want the retirement match to be what it is in his hometown or whatever.
You nailed
the story,
it.
I hate to say it like this, because I wouldn't always make this case. For his last match in Minnesota, the story doesn't really matter.
No, and
just
shouldn't
tell me
be...
we're getting Brock Gunther.
Yeah,
because what you're gonna have is Oba beating Brock 2 out of 3 matches, and then Gunther beating Brock in his match.
Yeah,
and who knows, it might be for the title. We will talk about that in a second. But getting back to forward, Becky Soul, because we're already booking Becky's next feud, and it's with a referee. We both think Soul's taking it.
Yeah,
and
we both agree there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you and I seem to have the same outlook this time, which happens every now and again. We've been kind of clashing, pun intended.
Well, there's no gingerbread men, and there's no Pat McAfee.
Exactly.
I need Pat McAfee.
I need a gingerbread man to come back.
No,
all right?
I need Pat McAfee to come back as
the gingerbread. Now we're talking.
Managed by Ava.
Oh.
It's
and then
fine, don't worry.
When we think it's actually Pat, it's not. It's Paul Ellering.
It's Gingerhausen, also known as Adam Wilborn. Anyway, moving on. I didn't say that. Yeah. I like Adam Wilborn. I don't know why I said that. You know what else I like? Big, beefy lady slapping lady meat. Pause.
Beef curtains or...
Jade and Ripley rematch from WrestleMania. Everybody crying racism because Ripley won a match. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Side note, if I may, Your Honor. People are pretty disgusting. You know that as well as I do. But they've been selling, and I say they as being Buddy and Rhea, different
Okay.
items through their house. I don't know if Buddy needs the money or they're just doing it and they're donating it. I don't know what the story is. I'm trying to find out more.
Wrestlers sell their stuff, yeah.
But yes, exactly. People are saying it ended up being a fake bid for this much, but then they still got almost more than half. But people are bidding on things like Rhea's I used autographed iPhone 17 Max Pro case, the one that you saw her use and hold on Raw and SmackDown
Okay.
and other pay-per-views and stuff. Somebody ended up doing $6,000 for that phone case.
Okay.
And yeah, like it's just it was something, you know, and
I don't have 6 grand.
no, and they're like, "Oh, well that bid ended up being fake." Yeah, well the one directly before it for 5,900 or whatever goes through. So, it's not
Yeah.
like maybe it's not 6, but they're like, "Oh my god, this beat," cuz I guess he sold one of his jackets that was ring worn and that
Hmm.
only got like $1,000 or 2 and Buddy was just very upset, joking around, of course.
Hmm.
But 6K is crazy. Rhea walks in, she's just so
I think it would
confused and
be,
concerned.
especially considering how much attention they're getting right now. Like, I mean, it's an indie program and it's one that's even on my radar now. World Series Wrestling in Australia.
Yep.
Imagine
I've
the
been
pop.
watching them a lot recently. I used to try to
I haven't
keep
gotten a
up with
chance to watch
them.
it yet. I haven't gotten a
They're
chance
on
to watch it.
YouTube for their full shows.
Yeah, I subbed to them, and the idea was that I was gonna like catch up in the most recent shows, and I just haven't done it yet. Imagine the pop if Ripley just randomly showed up to like answer somebody's open challenge.
Well, apparently, obviously we saw the Buddy Matthews thing, but he's coming back, and there's news with him with his ankle injury, and
TK says he's great. I'd love to work with him.
he said that he had bad nerve damage, and that was what was delaying him. Can you imagine, out of everything this man has done, a fucking shitty broken ring is what cost him all this time in Australia? Because that's what it was.
Mhm.
He went to go stand in the corner, and when he came back down, there was a hole in the padding in the ring. His ankle went in and twisted and like came down on its side.
That's
So
like Davey Boy landing on the trap door in WCW.
yeah, February 2025. Yep, that's exactly the same
Uh,
thing. So it was when he faced Okada, and Rhea Ripley helped him train to get back in wrestling form, and he's been announced to return to his homeland for an action-packed week, and he's going to be at WSW Rise Against taking on Dijak, so Donovan Dijak. So
Sweet.
that's a really cool fucking matchup there.
There's
You know what's
way too
cool
many
about
people.
WSW is, they bring a bunch of people in at once. They do like as many matchups as they could get out of them, and then
They do like a run, and then they pick a new
and
collection.
then they get new people, and then they do
There's
a run.
way too many people there that I like for me to not already be watching. I need to take some time.
Shotzi, Priscilla put on this match that was because it's the best of like Infinite series. And
Okay.
I think they've had 8 matches now, but it's like Shotzi's up 2, I believe, now in their standing. But it's cool that they're doing this around the freaking world. It's not just in like GCW, or is it like it's a continued narrative.
It's not a
Fed specific, yeah.
It's not a Fed story. It's a them story.
You nailed it.
I mean, that's way better than getting on your knees time after time after time just to collect belts. But anyways, I digress. Jade, Ripley.
You are my bitch.
Ripley better win, man, because if we're just hot potatoing it back to Jade, like, what are we doing?
I genuinely
doing?
cannot see Jade winning here. I just don't see it. I can't. My brain doesn't have the capacity to fathom how Jade
But see, here's
would
the
end
thing.
up winning here.
I like Jade, and even more, I think they're fine. Like, it wasn't great at first, but this group with her and BFAB and Meechin, I think they're really finding their feet as a group, with presenting them as a group with the dynamic between the three of them. I think it's really strong. I don't think she's winning the title right now. I think
I see what you did there.
I think it's going to be more so of a story on SmackDown of like who are the bigger bitches on the block, and it's going to be like Jade and the Baddies versus Fatal Influence.
Oh, how dare you?
Because I'm sorry, no matter how we get there, Think of
That's
the
what's happening, yeah.
think of the character and charisma and all that kind of thing. Jade Cargill versus JC Jane is going to be a lot.
Yeah. No,
Um,
you're onto something there.
whether it's in a 6-person, because you can do heel. I go
Oh,
back to my Eddie
absolutely.
Guerrero, Ric Flair example.
Yeah.
Um, like who can be the bigger bitch type thing, and throw in Judgment Day at this point, because at this point Judgment Day is a female faction with
Yeah.
like some Dominic Mysterio on the side.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, Dom was the top in AAA. What happened? Like, he's got the belt. I know he had a slight injury issue, but like he's been
I mean,
fine. I guess
I'll
they're
talk about the
waiting
core
till the El
tomorrow.
Grande stuff. Yeah, tomorrow. This is a lead in for
Well, because
tomorrow, sir.
he can't have. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not a good producer. It's fine. Don't
You're
worry about it.
amazing, damn it.
Here,
This is
here's
your chance
my
to plug it to hell.
pause.
Ah,
Oh, by the way, everybody should have said this at the beginning of the show. Thanks for getting me over 1,600. You guys
fuck
are all
yeah.
awesome. Jake's awesome. People from the Wrestling for Life are awesome. The 1 or 2 people from the What Culture community that still put up with me, you guys are awesome. We're going to 1,700. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Here's the thing. I lost my whole fucking train of thought.
You deserve it, buddy.
Thank you very much. With Dom and the fact that Dom doesn't
so
have a
much
title
more.
match this weekend, it's
Yeah.
very easily explained away because we know his next challenger is El Grande Americano.
Yes,
who
and it's
already has-
also, I understand why they're holding him off, because they're waiting till they don't want to outshine,
Triple Mania.
and they don't want to outshine Dom and El Grande Americano is doing that. They just had a whole fucking night
And I mean, if you
dedicated
think
to
about
him.
if you think about
He
where
was
if you think about
crying.
yeah, if you think about
Legitimately.
where we're going to talk about that story tomorrow as well. But if you think about where they are, like the mask versus mask thing is potentially, you could make the case bigger than a title match.
Oh, it is the lineage.
Because
The
I
value
can't help
of
but
it.
wonder, like for no reason in particular, but I can't help but wonder if Chad Gable is going to make his return to Raw on Monday.
So Chad Gable originally disappeared. You know what I mean? We're going to go into it tomorrow, but as a teaser, he disappeared because he needed to find a way to beat luchadors. He needed to find
And
the
then we
secret.
never heard from him again.
No, and then El Grande appears.
It's very cool that at least his compadres in the Creed brothers found somebody else to hang out with El Grande Americano. I can't hold this up. I'm sorry.
No, but I do think we're going to see a certain like ripple effect from this match. So tomorrow, when you and I discuss this, it's going to be great. Everybody check out and make sure you look out tomorrow for the AAA
Yes, I know that technically
preview.
it's happening over the course of 2 Saturdays, guys, but we're doing what we did the last time. We're previewing it as if it's one show. And it's the same thing we're going to do with Triple Mania as well, because that's a Friday. That's a Friday Sunday, which is a weird way around.
So when is the mask match? That's this Saturday, right? They're having that then?
Everything but the ladies trios match is listed as night 1.
Okay. Weird, but that's interesting.
But I think they'll go the NXT route of like night 1 will facilitate some matches for night 2, because they're filming it all in one block anyway.
So yeah, exactly. So they're limited into what they can do.
Put the big stuff on the. I think I nailed them to the wall the first time, because it was what was it? Guerra de Titans.
Yes.
Where actually over the course of 3, where it was over the course of 3 Saturdays.
And that's right. And
they put the big.
That was the one with the sword.
Yes. Oh no! Sorry, Rey de Reyes. Guerra de Titan was before that. Rey de Reyes, because that's what the sword.
With the sword,
is.
Yes. See.
But I remember giving them a hard time of
Mexican culture.
Why would you front load like the first episode and then have like 2 shitty ones? But it's because those are the ones you don't want spoiled, so it kind of makes sense.
It does.
Triple Mania is happening on a Friday and a Sunday of the same weekend in 2 different places. And if you go look at tickets, and because somebody said this and I had to go look it up, the location of the Friday show hasn't even been announced yet.
Yeah, very, very strange, but
it's weird.
I think they're also doing it apparently this way. Again, grain of salt, allegedly. Don't do that. But my sources are fine. All right. Apparently it's to help fight scalping, apparently, which makes sense. So they're holding off on announcing the venue, and then ticket sales, they're holding off till closer. So then this way, there's not a ton of time for scalpers to like have to, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's worked well before when it's closer to the date because scalpers usually try to get a lot of inventory up front and they have a
I think
harder time doing
the
so.
location thing is weird, but I think it's an odd structure to do a 2-night pay-per-view Friday, Sunday. Like what's happening like what is TKO hosting on Saturday that they don't want to compete with type of thing,
Right? I mean, I
Anyways,
wonder what.
back
Oh,
to
you know what? I wonder if it's because they have an agreement with Fox or something for the Saturday
oh,
show and they have to
yeah.
air on Saturdays. So
Do
they're
you
going to
think they do a
do
regular episode of Triple A in between the 2 nights of Triple Mania?
probably like maybe a preview of night 2 and then it builds to
Fair,
something and
fair.
yeah, or that's
Um,
how they add to like night 2's co-main event, you know, like oh we
Maybe.
had a tournament and this night will add to night 2's whatever.
You have
I could see them
you have
doing
a title
something.
match on night 1, and then on the in-between show, you have another number 1 contenders match, and then that number
Yep.
1 contender gets to face his champion on something like you can always play around with something like that.
Yeah.
It's
And
weird.
then it all
Friday,
leads
Sunday.
to what? An exploding barbed wire death match. You know, like
If it's WWE, so the explosions will actually explode.
ah,
Anyways,
the arena
getting back
crumbles.
on
Oh
point.
no.
Jade, Ripley, I say Ripley, you say
Agreed. Has to be. Has to be. I'd play the
okay.
song, but you'd get copyrighted. But that's all Jade can say. You are my bitch, and I am that bitch, and it gets exhausting. So I can't see Rhea losing here, personally. Now, depending
I
on
do want
match
to
order,
I do
there's
want to
two
see
interesting matches.
I do want to see stupid sexy Rhea pin.
I do as well, especially on Jade after Jade got her stupid sexy pin on, the other night. So, and oh my God, Rhea smashed her face into the mat intentionally. She sold that Jaded like it was the end of her career. If you go back and I'm telling you, please rewatch just the finish.
Mm-hmm.
She sells that Jaded like no one ever has before. It clobbers her. It's incredible how much she gave
It's
Jade
another
there.
one of those like just give credit where it's due type things because Rhea sort of quietly has gotten up to a Becky Lynch level of like throwing herself at the ground for the sake of whoever she's in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you think back, like I don't want to dwell on people's personal stuff, but when you think about all the stuff that she went through, like body issue wise
Oh yeah,
and
and the
whatever,
internet just made that worse.
you wouldn't blame her for trying to take it easy, but I don't think she does, and people are still shitty. And I'm
Yeah.
in Ripley's corner, man. I like them both. I'm in Ripley's corner.
I'll say it
Um,
infinitely. It's obviously an issue where it's like a separation thing, but my
mhm,
goodness, like
people are
things need to
weird.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, don't be weird. Don't yell at people in elevators. Talk about that more tomorrow. Cody Gunther. I like, and here we go again. I like Cody. I like Gunther. I'm not as sick of Cody as some people seem to be. I can't really get into this one.
I'm struggling as well, and Gunther would make a terrible champ at this point. It would be so boring and dry, and I do like Gunther, but I'm not biting with this for a couple of reasons. They've used Gunther as the career killer. There's no career to kill. Why would they make him champ suddenly when his focus is taking bodies? It goes against everything that they've set up with him for the
Well,
last
he was supposed to
year
feud with
plus.
he was supposed to feud with LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
But we're using LA Knight to announce the King of the Ring instead.
Yeah, which I didn't mind the segment actually, but you saw how less than stellar the crowd reacted to him, and it was heartbreaking because like
Well,
he was
because they didn't
trying.
say anything about. Here's the thing, and sometimes you get away with this, and sometimes you don't, right? But like they sent LA Knight out there to kind of like shadow announce the King of the Ring, whereas he was like, "I've got a big problem with Roman Reigns, and if I have to go through the King of the Ring to go and face Roman Reigns," and everybody says, "Wait a minute, there's a King of the Ring." Like it was backwards. Like run a promo for it or something, and then LA Knight comes out and says, "Oh, if that's what I got to do," because you could do the same thing for Money in the Bank, but we know Money in the Bank is coming, and it's like we're coming around that time of year. If I get that
Yep.
briefcase, I get my hands on Roman. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with LA Knight. I think I do really think LA
It's
Knight will make
just
the final of the King of the Ring. I just don't know. I'm on my
if he wins it.
vendetta.
Oh
I'm on my
god.
vendetta. I'm on my bandwagon. I'm on my what do you call it? My new mission or whatever. Austin
Yes.
Theory, King of the Ring.
That's your new
Austin
vendetta.
Theory, Money
That's
in
your
the
new
Bank
purpose.
twice.
He's your
Yeah.
muse.
If he wins Money in the Bank again, he can be Theory 2 times.
I would rather LA Knight.
You'd have to say it like that. You're gonna be Theory 2 times.
Theory 2 times. Now.
There you go.
Oh jeez. Seriously, guy, the super.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Am I trying to take more pills, or did I suddenly develop the ultimate lisp? I don't know. It's great.
Austin Theory in Craven the Death Rider.
Ah! You like my lion mane? Just fabulous.
No.
Stroke me, daddy.
In some places that could be a pickup line. Oh yes.
Austin Theory
Cody
going up to
Gunther,
Paul. Can't bite on this. This is a fish that's not getting hooked. I like Cody a great deal. I've been a staunch defender of Cody Rhodes. You know this because people shit on him for the worst takes in the world at times. And it's just mind-numbingly baffling how they think.
Well, you can't like him anymore. He went to the other company.
Like, he's not cool. And
oh, look, WWE just gave you the copy for the AEW version of Cody Rhodes, and it's like, okay, now tell me about Edge. What are we doing?
But that's not even true, really. AEW Cody
I know it's not true. Like it's how he was
I know,
before.
but it's a terrible argument from them. So
it's
you
how he was
throw
before
it in their
AEW.
face.
So the point doesn't make any sense. But it's like, please check the grass in your own backyard.
Yeah. What about Bobby fucking Lashley and Shelton Benjamin? Oh, the Hurt Business.
The Hurt
Syndicate.
Business was a racist gimmick, but now that we get the checks from TK, it ain't so bad no more.
Even though Bobby wanted to have a freaking
and
German leader gimmick.
Oh my god! Here's something for you. Here's an honest to god question for you, and it pisses me off because I used to like the guy. Who's got a more unhealthy obsession with Triple H, Johnny Gargano or MV fucking P?
Oh my God, he can't let it go. The man would never talk to me in a room alone. That's just weird. That's just disrespectful and weird.
I wouldn't talk to you either.
It's probably because he thought you were going to claim like, oh, we were in the room alone and he made advancements on me, or he went ahead and threatened me, or he knew better. You were looking for a payday, it sounds like. That's what it comes across as, no?
I couldn't believe the caucasity. Oh fuck! I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
Boy,
it's a good thing
this episode is gonna be
it's a good thing we're also
hunted.
On Rumble. It's a good thing we're also on Rumble and Spotify and iTunes and Anchor and lots of other places. I think I'm still on Amazon. Go figure that shit out.
Mommy, why can't I have friends? Go eat your bread, dipshit. You know, it's like it's just so stupid, but it's like
YouTube saying, "Can I have a podcast?" No, you have a podcast at home.
Yeah,
what's the podcast? Oh, Spaz's podcast. Shit. Oh fuck me! Here's the thing, and we talked about AEW before, and I say this about a lot of AEW matches, and it's not even necessarily a bad thing. But I'm looking at Cody versus Gunther. Yep, Cody's going to go out there and do Cody things, and Gunther's going to go out there and do Gunther things, and one of them's going to win.
And you need to know this going into it. Like, this is what you need to have in your mind to expect from this match. There's going to be, Cody cutters and a whole lot of choking from Gunther and cockinism.
Cody Raheem Rhodes doesn't listen to this podcast.
Did you see Oba? He's like, yeah, because they're talking about how Brock beat every African-American individual on this podcast. And Oba stops him immediately. He's like, oh, whoa, whoa. You forgot about one man. They're like, who? And he's like, Raheem. I fucking lost it. He says it's so serious. And these guys are trying so hard to make their social justice points. They're like, every individual that's been squashed by Brock, and he just fucking goes, you forgot about Raheem.
You know what the funny thing is? We have another Raheem for that argument, right? Apparently. Sol Ruka.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so funny, like, and people arguing like it's actually,
color Sol Iqua.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting canceled.
Oh, you know it's coming, but like, oh my God, the way Oba said this and just
but hold on, we have to remember something. There's one black person that Brock was not able to stop his momentum.
See, and he comes right into it, and you hear him and the hosts are both looking at him, and it's a no contest wrestling podcast, right? And they're both like, "Who?
Let me know."
Raheem.
Get back.
Fucking Jake. Guys, if you're going to host a podcast, get you a man in the chair like Jake. Jake is my Ned for reasons like this. And I said my Ned, just to be clear.
Just to be clear, my amiga.
Isn't that a phone?
Did you hear that story? Oh, side note.
I hadn't heard that.
No, guy was streaming and he's like, "Hey, my amigos, my amiga." And the guy, some individual walks over to him and starts basically threatening and then strangling and throttling this poor man because he went ahead and thought he heard the other word, the no word. But he's like, "That's not, I said friend,
hey,
I said friend,"
Could have been worse. Could have been set on fire on a bus because these are the times we live in.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving swiftly on. It
not
almost makes me think of something like, okay, is it bad to say, okay, again, I have to triple down on this. I like Cody and I like Gunther in the right circumstances.
Absolutely.
I don't have a prediction for this because I don't care about this match.
Yeah.
And I wish I did.
I'm right
it's
there
big.
with you.
Here's the thing, and here's where it gets really objectively, it's big. Gunther still has a little bit of that element to him of when he was still in. Obviously, he's transformed himself since NXT UK, but the entire talk all the time he was in NXT UK was like, he'll never be on the main roster. WWE will fucking ruin him.
Yes.
And the fact that that's not a thing is still awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes created AEW, and then even he realized that WWE was a better option. Why Cody and Punk eventually at WrestleMania will be fucking amazing. That's another hill for me to die on another time.
But he's old, Spaz. He's fucking old. He's like ancient.
Who?
Punk. They even said it at Mania. He's old. He's ancient. Don't you know? The internet said he's 1,000,000 years old. God.
Okay, let's go to the other channel and watch Grift Foley and Sting and the fucking Rock and Roll Express having matches in Big 26.
Our 108-year-old tag champ combined, I'm just telling you, like, people online are like, "Oh, Punk's too old for this now." I'm like, Jericho
magically wasn't too old anymore when he swerved on WWE, went back to AEW. When he swerved when he drived. It's fine, don't worry about it.
He jumped through a table and no-sold it. Oh, it's a Sabu tribute. Yeah. It's like, come on. He's just trying to get brownie points and...
Swerve Strickland out there beating up Spicy Hangman on the weekend. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, my God. Set that house on fire. Whose house?
Oh,
not my kids.
Oh.
It's Ash.
We're all... It's ass! Oh, my God. Oh, boy. You produced Darby Allin to I'm just the freaky goth kid looking for my dad. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I'm in the sewer, Dad. Help me.
Fucking ninja. He looks like that kid.
I was looking for pizza, yeah. I found a rat. Pizza. I thought it was going to teach me Taekwondo. Now I have herpes.
No, if you want to learn Taekwondo, you got to, like, hang out with the Death Riders and, like, do head push-ups in the friggin' aisleway or whatever the fuck.
Darby ends up with fucking rabies trying to find the Ninja Turtle.
He got
I
bit
befriended the rats and they fucking bit me.
And that's after he got bit by an alpaca on Everest. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I know. And that's true.
That company has ruined so many wrestlers that I like. It's actually, I'm going to steal Sidgwick's line again just because fuck Sidgwick. It's promotional malpractice at this point.
What kills me is so many on the
show,
bench.
oh, the show that we were supposed to get in Toronto is now going to Montreal, which is only like quasi Canada, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah. And where's it headed to?
You're gonna get an El Generico run in. No, you're not. Fuck off. Even
it's going to Mexico now.
No, it's going to Montreal.
Oh, Montreal. You glitched out there, so that's why I was confirming.
Oh, yeah, it's going to Montreal.
Montreal.
That's why they're like shitty, like worse than AI graphic has a big white fleur-de-lis in the middle.
Well, what do you know? Yeah.
There's always the running joke of like, it's awesome to go take a vacation in Quebec, but then you come back home to Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of combat, which I really wasn't, but now we're going to Tribal Combat, Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns.
Roman's not losing this for the Ufa Waffle Waffle, whatever thing, the Ulafala. It's not being taken away from his neck. He's going to be, if they had any balls, cojones, I'm not the only one to say it. I know that. It drives me nuts. People are like, oh yeah, original thought. Well, you're picking between two guys to win. How original can you be? But
I'm at the point now where I want to see what them, okay, like I had my big thing at the beginning about like, okay, WWE are finally going with Austin Theory.
Yes.
I want to see what WWE going with Jacob Fatu looks like.
Looks like, yes. That's what, especially the way they sold it the other day. Like, God help us all.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
I really hope that they can break the, like, make Roman look really strong.
Oh, yeah. Because they did it so well, I thought, in that backstage segment. Because Roman's like, if I lose.
I love the fact that, like, basically Adam Pearce has his ideas, and this is what I'd like to do on Raw tonight. Roman, is that okay?
Yes. And that explained, like, they never really brought up, they started to, like, hey, Roman, you did cheat to win your Mania and this. You broke the rules with the stairs, with the turnbuckle, but hey, it's fine, because you're Roman. Jacob started to bring it up, but.
That's what we need to do. That's what needs to happen. They go for tribal combat. One of them gets beaten down. Roman Reigns is about to pin Jacob Fatu, but the referee is Jessica Carr, and she gets attacked.
Is that Taz? Oh, it is Taz. Oh my God, he's on team. It's Hook.
She's rotating. It's a Tasmanian bevel. What? Oh my God!
How does Roman can't lose this? I would love to see Jacob take it. Jacob's taking it from Roman.
It's a family affair. Pause. Please sit down on this couch. We have a proposition for you.
Not on the couch. On the tribal cheap slab. There we go.
Right? You shouldn't be like, oh, well, if this does this, then this does this. Like, not everything has to be a domino effect, right?
No, but
you've got 2 title matches on this card, and you can tell by the way they've built this show, they want this Italy show to be big.
Yes, right? Abso-freaking-lutely. They're trying.
They would have, if they didn't want to make the Italy show big, I'm sorry, people aren't going to want to hear this. They wouldn't have put Oba Brock on this card if they didn't want the Italy show to go really well.
They could have saved it for many
whatever.
Plays. Yeah. There's another Saturday night's main event, and I think in Madison Square Garden coming up before.
Yes, there is.
So they could have done it there. They still can do the third match there, and not in Saudi.
The problem is with it being in Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden used to be like, oh, this is where the big show happens, right? Now that WWE has kind of quietly whisper it, WWE's kind of outgrown Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Because they've done so many bigger venues now, so many stadiums, so many larger arenas or whatever, that going back to Madison Square Garden is still special, but it feels small.
But that's the intent, because it's about the prestige and
I understand that, right? But it used to be, Madison Square Garden used to host WrestleMania.
Yeah, because it was difficult to sell that place out. It was like, if you sold out the Garden, you had to be a huge act to do so. Like, it was
the Garden will always be the Garden.
It was a place that you could, play, and then if you could sell it out, it was a different ball
Yeah,
game.
but will Mom Donnie be at Saturday night's main event? Fuck me sideways. Yeah, bring in all the finger foods. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So,
anyways,
what are you thinking? Give me your
problem,
prediction.
Right?
Yes.
Here's not necessarily a problem, but it's the way I have to look at it. They're giving you all the hallmarks of they want to make a splash in Italy at Clash in Italy. I didn't even mean to do that. So they're going to want to make the crowd at some point say, holy shit, they actually went that way. Their choices
I would love it.
No, but here's the thing. If they want to make the crowd go, holy shit, they actually went that way, their choices are Gunther or Jacob.
Yes. And
I want them to choose Jacob because I actually care about that match. am I being unreasonable in that statement?
No,
like,
no, not at all.
If they want me to say, oh, like, you're not going to make me, oh shit, a match I don't care about.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Cody, as much as I like Gunther, I don't care about that match. They haven't grabbed me. It is, I will normally defend it because Paul Heyman is invaluable in his role within the company.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best advocate in the world. He can wheel and deal anything, right? But this match is happening because Paul Heyman says so. And that's a little light.
And that's great. So
it's great, but it's a little light.
I get you.
They've gone out of their way to tell you that Gunther, how am I going to say this? They've gone out of their way to tell you that Gunther is not a Paul Heyman guy. So it's not.
It's not that. It's just the favor.
If Paul Heyman,
it's great.
Paul Heyman, used his Heymanisms to say, I want to expand the vision, so therefore I forced a trade, and Braun Breaker is now on SmackDown. That would be interesting.
It didn't make sense though. Still, like, how did he have access to get Cody? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What am I missing here? What am I not? What am I not getting?
Well, the whole thing, look at sports managers in real life. The whole point of their job is to get people stuff that they didn't think they could get. I get he's a wheeler dealer. He can get you what you're looking for. I can buy that. That part of Paul Heyman's character, that part of the structure of WWE storytelling, I can buy that. And he plays it really well. I don't necessarily buy into it here because he's doing it for a guy that's not even his guy. If he was doing exactly this for Braun Breaker, for the Vision to have presence on both shows, while Austin Theory goes and wins the King of the Ring and takes on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I could buy that, but he went and advocated for a guy that's not one of his guys, and it was just we needed to make the story make sense, so we rubbed some Paul dust on it. Pause. Yeah. And I don't get it. What it did do was it planted the seed of Cody. It planted the seed of Cody and Paul Heyman, because is Paul Heyman in Cody's ear by the time we get CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship.
Everybody's going to need a wise man, and that was probably the more important thing compared to.
But what does that tell you? That whole promo was about this match.
Yeah.
But the content of that promo had nothing to do with Gunther. The content of that promo had to do with planting a seed between Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes.
Exactly, and that also hurts Gunther here in a way. You know what I'm saying?
The build wasn't a build.
Yeah, when I say great, I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
Yeah, it'll be, and this is the annoying thing as well, and this is where I'm doubling back and annoying myself. The match will be good on the night.
Yeah,
and both of them are great, and I will get into it on the night. I will get into Cody Rhodes being like super melodramatic, stars and stripes, even though we're not in America. Homelander, if he was a good guy. Gunther being the opposite of that, like so incredibly stoic and such a hypocrite. Like the mat is sacred, but I'm going to cheat all over the place. They will all play their roles. The match will be great. I will get into it when it's on my TV. I don't care right now. I do care about Roman and Jacob, and I do think Roman being at the table and not at the head is a tasty story arc.
That's because it's new.
It's a tasty story arc, and
that's the thing. Like it's nothing that we've gotten continually. That's my problem with the goddamn bloodline.
The way they're trying to push Jacob right now, and I'm going to be as corny as I can here. You can't put a leash on a werewolf.
Yeah. And that would be amazing. I just don't see him doing it.
So is it weird for me to say that I want Jacob to win because I don't want Gunther to win?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Doesn't that make
they
you
could
feel...
do. I could be wrong. I could be wrong in the way that I'm thinking about it. Like they might do both if they really, really, really want this show to be a good thing. So Brock, Sol Ruka, Rhea Ripley, Gunther, and Jacob are my picks.
Yeah.
You want to know what's incredibly surprising, and it takes my breath away. Really, there's no tag matches on this card, Jake.
I know, shockingly.
We need Edge and Christian to come win the tag title. Oh wait, sorry, we already did.
They're bringing back for the benefit of those with flash photography tonight. So you were talking about WWE gimmicks. They can't do anything new. Like they just gotta. And people are like, oh well, Danhausen's a straight. No, Danhausen was that before he went to AEW. AEW did nothing with him, and then he managed to go ahead and get himself more over. Like I hate that.
The thing is, right now, in about 9 minutes, as we're recording this right now, in about 9 minutes, that show's going to start. And while I'm editing this podcast that you all are listening to right now, I'm going to be flipping over to our buddies over the Wrestling for Life Network, watching KJ and Big Nick trudge through another 3 hours of mud. I'm going to play this live while Collision is going because, God damn it, they're not counter programming me.
Yeah.
Jake, tell them where to find you.
You can go ahead and find me live almost every night on youtube.com/Jake DeMarco. We're rapidly approaching our goal of 40K subscribers. So thank you all so very much for that. And congratulations to Spaz for knocking down that totem pole one bit at a time. And I noticed, hey, you've got a higher SEO score than I do now. You're beating me by 6 points. So you know what that means.
I don't know how that happens because you're like 30 times the audience that I have.
You're in demand, though. So that's awesome. That shows the people
I don't want to be in the demand.
Spaz.
The demand is run by Ricochet.
Is Spaz on the board? And you can find me on Twitter at Countdown Ended as well, and on Instagram at the same name. Go ahead and don't miss our live coverage of everything going on with AAA. This afternoon stream of PLE, that is Clash in Italy, will be live around 5 p.m. Eastern when the main event ends. So join us there. Never know. Spaz does stop by occasionally, so you got to tune in and check out. See if he'll be there.
I occasionally exist. I will be, should have said this at the beginning, I will be 2 pay-per-view day hangouts this coming weekend. Saturday, the pay-per-view day hangout starts at 2. Sunday, it starts at noon. Come in, drop by for both. You guys seem to be enjoying it. We're having some really fun, wicked conversations in that chat, and I'm going to keep doing them until that's not true. That's a sentence, apparently. And you know where to find me, or you wouldn't be here. I've been Spaz. This has been Jake. This has been us talking about Clash in Italy and a bunch of other stuff and kind of making fun of AEW along the way. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I will talk to each and every last one of you later. But right now,